This girl is so creepy. She suddenly rushes forward and plants a heavy kiss on the teacher's lips. The teacher freaks out and quickly gets up. With a serious tone, the teacher says that kissing is something only mommies and daddies do. The girl lowers her head, feeling embarrassed by the teacher's rejection and harboring a seed of resentment in her heart. After school, the girl, with a dark look in her eyes, lies to the principal, claiming that the teacher exposed himself and she's scared. The principal is stunned, thinking she misheard, but the girl goes on, giving more details and even showing a heart-shaped thing, saying the teacher gave it to her. The principal is dumbfounded, thinking such a young kid wouldn't lie. So the next day, the principal urgently holds a parent meeting, informing the girl's mom and warning other parents to be cautious. The angry teacher visits the girl's house to talk to her dad, who's also been his good friend for 40 years. But the girl's inappropriate behavior that day makes Lucas hesitate to speak, making his friend misunderstand. Combined with his wife's instigation, the friend completely believes that Lucas is the one who did it. Who says kids don't lie? This girl falsely accused her teacher of exposing himself in front of her, causing him to lose his job. But when seeing the argument between the teacher and her father, she suddenly realized things were getting out of control. So, once Lucas left, the girl confessed the truth to her mother, but her mom thought she was just too scared to admit it. Under her parents' protection, the girl swiftly forgot about this enormous lie. But God knows, her lie completely shattered Lucas's life. He not only lost his job but also got arrested by the police. His son hurried over to his uncle for help and heard some astonishing news. Turns out, during that time, more children claimed to have been bullied by Lucas in his basement. They even provided details like the colors of the couch and wallpaper. And guess what? The kids made up all that crap. Lucas was innocent. Sure enough, the next afternoon, Lucas got released as an unguilty man. Later that night, as the father and son were enjoying some rare quality time, a large stone crashed through the window, barely missing Lucas. This man grabs a stick, gathers his courage, and steps outside, but there's nobody. Suddenly, he sees a black plastic bag on the ground. Slowly, he approaches and opens it. Oh my God, it's their dog, strangled to death with broken bones, stuffed like a rag in the bag. His son roars in anger, grabs a hoe, ready to confront the townsfolk. But what good would that do? The next day, Lucas digs a grave alone, burying the poor dog, and decides to go to the supermarket for some food. However, the butcher sees him and refuses to sell him meat. Lucas can't understand it and loudly demands to know why. But who would have thought, the towering butcher comes right up and punches him. When the manager sees this, he doesn't stop it. Instead, he calls others to beat him brutally and tosses him out in the street. Enduring the pain, Lucas limps back to the supermarket, determined to take what he bought. The butcher approaches, wanting to give him another lesson. But this time, Lucas refuses to stay silent. His resolute gaze scares the manager, who quickly instructs the staff to give him back his stuff. This man's eyes fill with tears as he turns to his friend. When he realizes his friend and wife have been whispering behind his back, he completely breaks down. Lucas turns away and starts crying in pain. 40 years of friendship shattered by a little girl's lie. It's a devastating blow that leaves him feeling cold inside. Finally, Lucas can't hold back any longer. He abruptly stands up, goes to his friend, and unleashes his frustration and anger. He swings his fist, landing a hard punch on his friend's face, and no one dares to stop him. Lucas's outburst shatters the townsfolk's hypocrisy, leaving everyone speechless until he's kicked out of the church. Years later, everyone acts like nothing ever happened, warmly smiling and hugging Lucas. However, during a hunting trip with his son, the unexpected happens. That shot carries a warning, completely destroying Lucas's illusion of humanity. In this moment, he no longer feels resentment or anger, but a bone-chilling coldness that shoots up from his feet to head, lingering long after.